Hey guys, welcome back to Full Tilt Drift. Today we're going to be modifying the shop table with these caster wheels by putting them where the tennis ball legs currently are. And to do that, we're going to cut some reinforcement plates out of steel, weld them onto the caster legs, and then weld those directly to the table. So this table was the first thing I ever built. I built it to learn how to weld with, and it was a great training tool. So we've got a two-tier table here. The top is mostly the weight-bearing portion, but the bottom does hold about 50 to 75 pounds usually. It's reinforced with all these diagonal braces, but ultimately none of the material is that strong itself. Today we're putting the caster wheels on here because even with the tennis balls on there, it doesn't want to slide around. It bounces when I try to move it. So the caster wheels should help immensely moving it around the shop easily. Step one is going to be to cut the reinforcement plates for the caster wheels out of our big long steel plate. We got lucky and the steel plate we picked is just wide enough for the two caster wheels that we have. So we're only going to need to cut one piece off of it and then cut that in half to make each plate. Alright guys, so this is a new tool for the Fabrication series. This is called a chop saw, and I picked this one up used for 20 bucks. Yes, the electrical cord is a little bit janky on it, but I'll live. So the advantages of using a chop saw are that it makes long, straight cuts as opposed to an angle grinder, which can move around. It's also great for cutting straight across three-dimensional objects like tube or pipe. Disadvantages to using a chop saw are: 1, it heats the metal up a lot and quickly. 2, you have to use something to support your metal, so over here we've got 2 rolls of tape just supporting our steel plate. And 3, it's much bulkier than an angle grinder. Usually they're more expensive too, but I got this one used at a really good price. Alright guys, so now we're going to cut our plate. I'm going to put you over there so you can watch. Let's get going. Alright guys, right now we got the reinforcement plate in the vise because we're going to clean it up with the angle grinder. We've got a sandpaper wheel or a flat wheel on here so that we can clean up the edges real nice and smooth, and then we can weld them onto our caster wheels. Alright guys, it's time for the quick and dirty lesson on welding. There are 3 main things that are going to affect how your weld comes out besides the settings on your welder. First is the type of metal. Here we have a regular magnet, and as you can see, it picks up the steel. Steel, like 3 other types of metal, is magnetic, and before we even went and picked up this plate steel, I made sure that the magnet will also pick up the steel on the caster wheel. Second is cleanliness. Is the thing that you're welding on clean of paint, rust, and any corrosion? The plate steel we have is completely clean. There's no grease or oil, any sort of rust on here, so we're good. The caster wheel, however, has painted steel on it, so we're going to have to clean that up first. The last thing is contact. You want to make sure that you have good contact all the way across and you don't have any gaps like this. You can put filler metal in here with the welder, but it's not going to nearly be as strong as actual contact welded metal to metal. Remember, the filler metal that you're using isn't actually the thing holding it together. You're trying to melt and bond the 2 pieces together. So since we have a flat piece here and a flat piece here, we're not going to have any contact problems because it sits right on top. So right now we're going to clean the paint off the caster wheels, then we can weld the reinforcement plates on there and get them on the table. Alright guys, we got our reinforcement plates welded on there, and now we have 2 wheels ready to go on this table. After they're on, we're going to paint them to make sure that the places we weld on don't corrode. Since we want this table to be level and not all lopsided, now we're going to measure the caster wheels from the very bottom of the wheel to the very top of the reinforcement plate so we know exactly how much to cut off. Alright guys, it looks like we're just at 3 1/4 inches there. So we're going to mark our table legs, cut them off with the angle grinder, and then we'll be able to weld these legs on.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright guys, we've got an almost finished product here. We've got the table sitting on the caster wheels, but not welded together or anything. We've got it like this so that we can make any last minute adjustments to the direction of the wheels or the angle of the table and everything like that. So we're going to check all the angles real quick, make sure the wheels are pointed in the right direction, and then we're going to weld it up.
Yeah.
Alright guys, it looks like we're in business, so we're going to finish welding them on there and we'll be done for the day. Alright guys, that's it for today. We got the caster wheels on the table just like we planned, and even after the table's loaded up, it rolls like a dream. I think the next addition to this table is going to be some handles right here, so it's easier to lift. You have more leverage on it instead of having to grab up here. But other than that, it works awesome. Couldn't be happier with it. So, if you like this one, make sure to check out our previous videos in the Fabrication series, Fabrication 101 and 102, where I build a skid plate and a cooling panel. I'll put a link for those videos right up here in a card also, so be sure to check them out. If you like the video and want more information on welding, fixing shop equipment, and working on cars, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.